So, and even my neighbor, who I've known for 30 some years, he goes, "You work for the city?" I said, "County." I work for the county. And so, and really just, obviously, there's 18 cities in the county, and my blessing of my job is it is so broad and diverse that, the county goes all the way from San Onofre's part of us to the border to Imperial, obviously, and all the way out to Borrego Springs. So the amount of supplies, services, programs that we procure at the county of San Diego is incredible. It keeps me and my staff very challenged. But what I wanted to focus on today is a new level of outreach that with our new board and our new CAO. First of all, you're probably familiar. Helen Robbins Myers for several years was our CAO. She well-deserved retirement. She finally went into retirement, and we had an interim CAO was Sarah Agassi, and now she's been replaced by our new formal CAO, Ebony Shelton. And that just happened just a few short weeks ago. So Ebony, as well as with the board, is outlining their vision for the future, and part of it has to do with procurement, and so the timing of this was great. About they're looking to me to do better beyond outreach, okay, but to get more engagement. And I'm going to show you some numbers of what we buy and how we buy it, and the amount of local business that we do, but looking for small, diverse businesses in all of our communities, not just all of us as consumers, right? When we buy things, so you can all be purchasing agents for me, because I'm sure you're buyers in your households. But we get comfortable with who we go to all the time. And so are we reaching, I'll call it new and emerging businesses? Are we stimulating? It's a new discussion that frankly I haven't had since I've been there, which is, how is the spend? You're going to hear that we spend $2 billion a year. How does that stimulate our economy? Obviously it does. You're also going to be pleased to hear that I'm going to tell you 1.7 billion of that stays in this region, in San Diego region. But part of that is I have such a big region. Okay? But I'm always looking for and getting out on the road to say, your organization here as a chamber probably has a set of small businesses, emerging businesses that I need to make aware of what we do, what we're buying, and the programs we're doing, because you may not be a prime because of the size of the business, but you could be a sub to a prime or a sub to a sub. There's room for participation in our programs. So that's kind of the message that I would like to leave you with today. And interrupt me I will walk you through the charts now at this point. Is there any initial, let me ask you, so I'm a good listener. What were you expecting when you saw me on the agenda? You can maybe tee me up with some things you were expecting to hear from me, and I will make sure that I address it.
I know you had a reason, right?
Oh, yeah, it's great to meet the person that actually is right at the forefront, and I'm honored that you come actually in person to meet real people. I've gone to the PTAC committees, I've gone to the SBDC, they have lots of training programs that you're probably aligning with to find more of these feeder businesses, right? Because as you're saying, you're not going to be a prime anytime soon, or barely even subprime until you're actually enough to make that. But it's I think As a new business, since I'm coming into this area, I'm from Northern California, I wanted to hear what are the emerging needs, really was one of the things I'm listening for.
Okay, well,
How do
and
you-
I'll walk you through that, and it's really, it's everything. It's, and you know, couple comments about sustainability,
Mhm.
food. Um, there was a new food procurement we just went out and we competed with, and I can tell you now it's public. We made the notice of intent to award to Cisco. And a lot of people don't realize how much food the county buys, because I provide all the food for, well, not for the schools, but for our sheriff and our detention facilities. And then secondly, that's my largest customer, obviously, because of the number of meals that they serve today. And then secondly is we have, it's called Edgemore Hospital in East County. So we have an elder hospital there. So very important food that we're serving there because of nutritional and all the requirements of the folks that are there. We also have our psych hospital. We also have some of our probation facilities, and so there's a smattering of smaller entities within the county I buy food for. We do it under one master contract. In this contract, the first time, and the board had a probably 6 months or so, given us 6 values of food, fresh, nutritional requirements, sustainability requirements. That is now in the new award that we just awarded to Cisco. So we'll be reporting back to the board on that periodically. And so there's a new culture that we're embracing, and not just in food, but that was one example, since you're in that. And I tell, and we're telling our large providers in their contract, I am asking them, how are they going to subcontract with the community? And they need to give me an actionable plan, and then we're gonna hold them accountable for that.
What percentage do you aim to be small businesses?
So I'm probably gonna tell you, when somebody says, what is your percentage? I'm gonna shy away from that just for a minute, because there are so many different procurements. I don't want to give a global percentage. And you're gonna see some of the numbers that I have, which are pretty good. But on some projects, like I'll give you an example, we did a construction project in southeastern San Diego. We required that the contractor contract within that, 4 zip codes around that project. They gave me a measurable $6 million commitment on a $60 million job of subcontracting there, and also 5% work hiring from those jurisdictions. They exceeded that. They delivered 8.2 million and hired 9.8% of their workers from that community. So we're also going to do a new library out Casa del Oro, which is kind of like, how do I describe it? Spring Valley. That's going to be 40%. So my percentages are going to depend on the nature of the project and what's available. And also it's really what's available and what are the needs of the community. So
It's great that you guide it though, isn't it? That's great.
yeah, I'm speaking, we got a board staff member here. So jump in if there's anything that you hear from your district, please jump in and echo or.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing was like the food procurement, like, working with our local ranchers and the farmers in the area so that we're not purchasing, food from like, another state that,
Cisco.
Well, but let me be fair. Cisco, there's some very specific requirements. I mean, we do a lot of farming here, okay? but the quantities that we all need, there is really, I don't have enough local farms to honestly supply 1/5
You need
of what I need. So
backbone.
I need that, but at the same time, I'm holding Cisco accountable to contract with those local entities here. So is that fair?
Yeah.
So, but it is a new day and age. I'm not just blindly saying, I don't care where you get it from.
Right.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So if you say that the local farms could provide 20% of what your needs are, would you be willing to just make a contract with them where you could just buy them out? And they don't have to worry about you?
I guess I don't understand that. Like,
Well, you got all these farms and they can make 20% of what your needs are.
but I said that number is a notional number. I have no, because look, I have everything. I mean, it's like, imagine, the full range. And there are many local farms we want to make sure are connected with Cisco and are suppliers. They want to buy as locally as they can for a lot of reasons. And why do you think those reasons would be? What's that? Exactly. Would I rather buy it like here? Or Arizona and ship it out? And there's some things, guys, we just don't. Anything that is